you're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
Marc Marquez, the flagship rider of the Lenovo Ducati team, continues to show the extraordinary qualities that make him unstoppable at the Circuit of the Americas, COTA. Since his first victory at this iconic circuit, Marquez has continued to dominate every season, and until 2025, his name is still the fastest. Despite the emergence of many formidable competitors, Marquez has managed to retain his title as the fastest rider at COTA, relying on a meticulous race strategy and unrivaled consistency. Not only did he rely on the power of his Ducati bike, but also his incredible technique and experience that made him a threat at every corner. In 2025, when many doubted his ability to maintain dominance, Marquez showed once again that age is no barrier. He smartly utilized the technological advantages and understood the intricacies of the COTA circuit better than anyone else. The fastest lap records were set again, and the title remained within his grasp. And here's the full story. Marc Marquez, the flagship rider of the Lenovo Ducati team, continues to show his extraordinary ability in every race, especially at the Circuit of the Americas, COTA, Austin, Texas, which seems to have become his personal domain. In MotoGP, there is no doubting his prowess, especially at a circuit known for its combination of sharp corners and long straights. Marquez is more than just a rider, he's a living legend who has accomplished many spectacular feats. In fact, until 2025, he will still be the fastest and hardest to reach by his rivals. A history of dominance at COTA. Since he first tasted victory at COTA in 2013, Marquez has immediately demonstrated the extraordinary qualities that set him apart from other riders. COTA, with all its challenges, from sharp turns, elevation changes, to adrenaline-pumping straights, seems designed to be difficult for riders. However, for Marquez, it's a comfort zone. Since the start of his MotoGP career, COTA has been a place where he can showcase his bike management skills, race strategy, and precise braking techniques. With his aggressive yet controlled racing style, Marquez has always managed to record the fastest lap times, even breaking long-standing lap records. Win after win on this circuit, he is unrivaled by anyone until 2025. Often, competitors who come with high hopes of beating him, in the end can only admire his determined actions. Lenovo Ducati team technology and excellence. Marquez's success at COTA was due to the brilliant partnership with the Lenovo Ducati team. The team not only provided the best technical support, but also provided a bike that suited Marquez's aggressive and controlled racing character. The Ducati Desmosedici GP, with the latest technology, is capable of providing great power on every side of the circuit. In Marquez's hands, the Ducati seems to have more ability to deal with every corner, as well as maximize speed on the straights. However, in addition to the technology, Marquez's success has also been attributed to his exceptional skill in dealing with the difficult conditions on the track, including the often changeable weather. Marquez has mastered the characteristics of COTA very well, knowing when to push, when to pull the brakes, and when to be patient to get a gap to overtake. Unstoppable champion mentality. Not only driven by technology, Marquez also has a very strong champion mentality. Despite several serious injuries that almost forced him to retire, the Spaniard never gave up. Even after experiencing difficulties, Marquez always bounced back with greater enthusiasm, which in turn made him sharper with every lap. At COTA, Marquez doesn't just compete, he strives to surpass himself. The pressure coming from young competitors like Fabio Quartararo, Joan Mir, to veteran riders like Valentino Rossi never fazed Marquez. Instead, it shaped him into a tougher, more focused and faster rider. The opportunities to finish the race with a win were always there for Marquez, even when there were unexpected situations. His ability to manage pressure and make the right decisions in critical situations has made him a very difficult rider to beat, especially at COTA. Meeting the challenges of the future. In 2025, despite Marquez's advancing age and the final years of his racing career, he has still shown himself to be an irreplaceable rider. Many have argued that the dominance of riders like Marquez will begin to wane with the emergence of a younger, more aggressive generation of riders. However, at COTA, all such theories seem to be dispelled. At this circuit, Marquez is the fastest, and no one can predict when he will be displaced. On his flagship Ducati bike, Marquez continues to show incredible dominance, not just in terms of pace, but also in terms of consistency throughout the season. In many races, despite unexpected changes in track conditions or weather, Marquez has always been able to adapt quickly, ensuring that he stays at the front and ready for victory. Competitors such as Francesco Bagnaia, Jorge Martin, and the equally fast Johann Zarco were unable to reach Marquez at COTA. Even in the 2025 season, they could only watch Marquez's back as he left them further and further behind with every lap. An inspiring victory. What Marquez achieved at COTA was not just about winning, but also about passion and dedication that could inspire many. His persistence and hard work in the face of all challenges shows that the dominance of a champion depends not only on the fastest bike, but also on a mentality that never stops trying to get better. Over time, Marquez will continue to be remembered as one of the greatest riders in MotoGP history. COTA, now a silent witness to many of his legendary victories, will always be the place where Marquez writes his unstoppable story, at an unwavering pace until 2025 and possibly beyond. Truly, no one can match Marquez's dominance at this circuit, not even the future can stop him. Franco Morbidelli, the flagship rider of the Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team, recorded the fastest time in the first free practice session, FP1, of the 2025 Austin MotoGP, which took place at Circuit of the Americas, COTA, Texas, United States, on Friday morning local time. The rainy weather that poured down on the circuit made this practice session very challenging for all the riders taking part, but Morbidelli managed to perform brilliantly in the midst of these difficult conditions. With the circuit slippery and full of puddles due to the heavy rain, Morbidelli showed excellent driving skills and the ability to adapt quickly to changing track conditions. The 29-year-old was able to outrun his rivals, proving that he is truly ready to compete in the 2025 season, despite the challenges posed by the unpredictable weather and circuit conditions. With his best time, Morbidelli not only confirmed himself as the fastest rider in FP1, but also showed a significant improvement in his performance, after the last few seasons of challenges in finding consistency. His success in this first practice session gives the Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team great hope of recording the best results in Austin and throughout the 2025 MotoGP season. The team, known for its in-depth technical approach and full support of bike development, can now feel more confident ahead of the main race weekend. Nonetheless, Morbidelli will have to face stiff competition from a number of top riders who also put in solid performances under these rainy conditions. In second place, Jack Miller of the Prima Pramac racing team managed to show a steady performance by overcoming the challenges of the wet track. The Australian is known for his aggressive racing style and excellent cornering technique, which allows him to go fast even in bad weather. In this FP1, Miller was only slightly behind Morbidelli, showing that he is a serious threat throughout the practice and qualifying sessions. In third place, Ducati Lenovo team rider Marc Marquez put in a determined performance despite the challenging conditions. However, Marquez, who is known for his exceptional ability in extreme conditions, had to face an unfortunate reality when he crashed at the end of the practice session. The incident occurred when Marquez tried to optimize his speed on a slipperier part of the track due to heavy rain. Luckily, Marquez did not suffer any serious injuries, and although the bike was damaged, the Spaniard quickly returned to the pits to repair the bike and continue his preparations. Marquez's crash was one of the more surprising moments of the FP1 session. However, the crash showed just how high the adrenaline levels are for MotoGP riders, especially in the risky rainy conditions. Marquez, who has a reputation as one of the most talented and experienced riders in extreme conditions, was not afraid of the challenge. The Ducati Lenovo team also ensured that Marquez would still be ready to perform at his best in the next sessions, with quick improvements made to the bike. Apart from the top three riders, several other riders also stood out in FP1, although they faced similar difficulties with the wet track conditions. Other young and experienced riders attempted to adapt their racing style to the hostile circuit conditions, and although many faced incidents or difficulties, they still gave exciting performances in this first practice session. For the Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team, this FP1 result is an important achievement. Morbidelli, who is one of the team's mainstays, has shown that he is in top form. The VR46 team, which relies on a strong bike development philosophy and close cooperation with the riders, is increasingly showing maturity in facing the various challenges that exist in MotoGP. Even so, Morbidelli emphasized that he and the team still need to be careful and focused in the next sessions, as changing weather and track conditions could affect the final results. Seeing the increasingly tight competition in the MotoGP event, Morbidelli admitted that he still had to maintain consistency and remain calm even though he managed to record the fastest time in FP1. The Italian rider also reminded that MotoGP races are full of uncertainties, especially with various outside factors that can affect the results. Therefore, he emphasized the importance of continuously improving speed and tactics in every practice session and race, as this will greatly affect the end of the season. Meanwhile, for Jack Miller, the FP1 result gives him even more confidence, given that he is also involved in a tight competition for podium positions. The Prima Pramac racing team, which has shown a solid performance in recent seasons, further strengthened their case for victory at the COTA circuit, despite the weather being an important factor in determining the results. Ultimately, despite the conclusion of FP1, the competition in the 2025 Austin MotoGP is still very much open. With promising results from Morbidelli, Miller, and Marquez, and the weather likely to still be a deciding factor, the Austin 2025 MotoGP promises to be a very exciting race full of surprises. All eyes are now on the next free practice session and qualifying, to see who will come out on top in what will be a thrilling weekend. The 2025 MotoGP Austin will be the place where the riders will once again show their toughness and ability to deal with all conditions, be it weather, track conditions, or the pressure of the strongest opponents in the world of motorcycle racing.
Rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me. Turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body